Welcome to Corella. The first known being of this world was the god Urian. Less than 5,000 years ago, he created all of the other races. Humans, elves, kinderfolk, gnomes, dwarves, pikeys, wyverns, and giants. All of the races mingled and fought, coveting each other's lands and vying for more territory and riches. This grasp for power culminated in the Border Wars, which lasted 1,000 years. Peace came in a treaty, leaving each of the races to rule their own lands. Corella has enjoyed several hundred years of peace and prosperity, but something dark, something unexplained is beginning to corrupt the world, magic, and perhaps even Urian himself. This corruption has turned a once peaceful land into a world ripe with danger and adventure, which is where we find our band of heroes in The Corellan Chronicles.
Welcome back to Corella, everyone. We're continuing on the adventures of Beargar, Zagar, and Aberdeen. Unfortunately, this week, Nikki cannot join us, so Aberdeen will be played by yours truly. And Beargar, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Beargar. I'm looking for a gnome. I'm the last living member of the Greenfield clan. My wife is trapped in a rock, and I have word that a gnome may be able to get her out.
All right, and Zakar.
I'm Zakar. I'm a ranger. I've been tasked with following this weirdo around.
And by this weirdo, you mean
I mean Beargar.
Of course, yes.
Oh, yes.
Not me in life.
No.
He follows me around in life, too. It's flattering, really.
All right, yeah, so where we pick up is where we left off last week. You guys were chased into the Sparrow's Rest Inn by a sudden hurricane-ish type storm. In there, you met Angus, the bartender, and his sister Aberdeen, and the bartendress, the waitress, the other person, bar wench.
She's a bar wench.
A bar wench.
Especially since she's not here.
Yeah, you can say that because she's not here.
No, she liked the term bar wench. I'm playing a bar wench, she said.
Because of the storm, you couldn't go back outside. You guys had some conversations, kind of met each other, told each other your stories, and after several drinks, decided maybe it was best to take your rest at the inn. And that's what you did. You got rooms at the inn, and we left off with Angus telling Aberdeen that she needed to go wake you up because the bar was flooding. And that is where we pick up this week. So you do hear rapping on your doors, knock, 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 as loud as it can be. And you will start with Beargar. You hear the knocking on your door first.
Oi, what is it? What is it? Ah, me head. But a bandit. Aye, come here, boy. What? Opens the door. What do you want?
You see that Aberdeen has actually already moved down the hallway and is hammering hard on Zakar's door.
Oh, what's happening? Why am I inside?
As soon as she's done banging on your door, she runs down to the end of the hallway. She turns around, sees you poke your head out, and asks what's going on. And she just says, "We gotta get out." And then she runs out the back door.
We've got to get out. Where? Bandit? What's going on, lad?
Bandits running around in circles, and you see outside your window some pretty bright flashes of lightning, and they're just kind of happening over and over and over again. And you hear heavy rain on the roof.
Oh, shit. It's raining again. This is like... It's the yellow light, Bandit. It's the yellow light. Zakar! Aberdeen, we need to get out!
Aberdeen's already out the back door.
Oh, what are you? Who? Oh, God. What's going on?
And that is a good point as you are rubbing your head. I need you both to give me constitution checks.
8.
8, okay.
21.
21, okay.
Sit Constitution, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Beargar, you wake up, you're feeling pretty good. You drank a lot last night, but you're a pretty burly dude. You're used to drinking, so you feel all right. Zakar, you were not feeling well, and I'm going to say that for the next 15-20 minutes, any perception checks you take will be at disadvantage.
Oh, what did they put in those bottles?
Is this first time with the whiskey? You're doing all right, lad. Bandit says that he thinks that you're a weak man.
Not that bottle. That bottle was good. It was the bottles of beer. Those were...
You think maybe it was the rabbit ale that had the things that the bandit was washing his fruit in?
No, that was delicious. It was definitely in the bottles.
By the time you see at the end of the hallway, the door opens up and Aberdeen pokes her head back in and she says, I said we gotta go. Let's go.
All right,
Close the door
Aberdeen.
again.
Lead the way. We follow her.
I guess I'm leaving. All right. Grab my
Come on,
things.
Al.
Yeah.
As you look around, it's just a long kind of shotgun hallway. Several rooms left and right, and at the very end is a door that seems to open out the back. And that's where you saw Aberdeen poke her head in, and then she left again through the back. The other end of the hallway opens up into a banister that overlooks the bar room down below. You can go out the door with Aberdeen, and you can go back and look in the door in the bar room, whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna follow Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Belgar, he's scared of the storm. He doesn't like the yellow lightning. He doesn't like he doesn't like the rain really.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm not going to wander off by myself.
Very good. So you guys head out the back. As soon as you open the back door, it is easily the heaviest rain you've ever seen before in your life. It is, the lightning is almost constant. The thunder is deafening, and you've never seen rain this heavy before in your life. You can barely see 15, 20 feet in front of you, but you do see Angus has probably the oldest mule you've ever seen in your life, with a couple of saddle packs hanging over its shoulders, and it looks like a kind of a roughshod ball of stuff kind of tied to the top. It's not, you can tell he's hastily put this together, and standing next to him is Aberdeen, and she kind of yells out to you, "See you guys down the road," and she takes off down the road, running. And but Angus is there tying up the stuff on the mule. That's all you see for right now.
Go up to Angus.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing, Angus? And while he's doing this, he kind of looks around to see if there's any like freestanding alcohol hanging from the back.
Give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Of course.
You don't see any alcohol hanging off of the mule. You don't see any laying around, but you just faintly hear on the other side of the mule, as Angus is kind of shuffling stuff, you hear the sound of bottles tinkling together. You wouldn't have been able to hear them with anything other than that 20, because the sound of the thunder and the rain is almost deafening, but your keen ears and your desire for maybe something else to drink picked up on that.
Looking for a wee hair of the dog, and I don't want to waste my whiskey in this rain. So I go over, and Bergari starts helping with the donkey, and he's like tightening the packs, and he's gonna be like, "Do you need help with anything, lad? Where are you going? It looks like we're all headed to higher ground." And while he's doing this, he kind of tries to snag a couple bottles.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Can I assist?
Yes, you can.
I guess. Can I help with anything? Yeah, it's very, very wet. You need a hand glide. Is it slippery? Is anything?
I mean, everything is wet, and it's the mule is pulling against me every single time the thunder strikes, which is almost constant. So yeah, you can help me calm down the mule. You can help me keep the stuff on the back of the donkey, whatever you want to do.
I will pet your mule.
All right, so you're petting the mule.
So if I'm distracting him, does that mean he gets advantage?
Good, because that would have been a 6. Oh, or a 2. So we'll take the 6 plus 1. It's a 7.
Angus got a 21.
Oh shit.
So Angus, being as distracted as he is talking to you, he is a bartender. These are his goods, and he, from whatever's happening, you can tell that he only grabbed the good stuff. And he reaches over and grabs your arm. He's saying, "Now hold on just a second. I mean, I'm welcome to share, or you're welcome to share my wares, but let's get on the road first and try to get somewhere safe."
Oh lad, I was just afraid it was going to go to waste. He just kind of grins and like shrugs. Like, I'm sorry. Where are we heading?
You have a very soft mule.
Yeah, I mean, I keep her good and soaked up, and keep her clean. You got to keep your mule clean for sure.
Definitely.
Nothing worse than a dirty ass.
You got to keep your ass washed at all times. Where are we going? Well, I mean, I sent Aberdeen. She headed on down the road. She's going to head up to Adderham Gate. She moves fast, and she's an experienced traveler, so I told her to go on and get up to Adderham Gate, let them know what's happening down here. And at this point in time, you guys realize that you're kind of seeing around Well, both of you give me a perception check. You a disadvantage.
She was sure running fast.
Yeah, she's a quick foot.
I was wondering if she was like running away from you. I rolled a very negative perception. No, isn't that 1? If you were to rate it between 1 and 20.
Well, I rolled twice, and both of them were 2s. So
Okay, so I mean, the two of you are just you're very locked in this conversation. It's raining hard.
also my perception is -1. So,
Okay, so you got a 1
Yeah, we got that one and a
and a 1.
and a 1.
Dirty
Man,
one.
You guys have you guys know it's raining, and you're both are just like, why are we standing out in the rain? Like,
Sticking with the mule.
I saw her running. I wanted to go with her. She's a nice lass, but I can't
She's
move that
quick.
fast right now. She's moving quick through the rain.
She's very quick.
She's very short to be moving that quick.
she's gone. So he looks at you and says, well, I mean, to be honest, neither one of you guys can keep up with her. When she decides she wants to get somewhere, she goes. But she's going on ahead to tell Adrian what's going on here. In case you hadn't noticed, we're in a bit of a pickle. And he points down behind you, and you guys turn around and you see that, like, kind of the flood walls of the incoming hurricane, and you can see the kind of the massive storm that's rolling into the beach and the town. So Sparrow's Rest it's called the Sparrow's Rest because it sits up in the northernmost part of the town. It kind of sits up on a hill. Everything else falls down off that hill, kind of into the town proper. And the whole town that you can see, everything is already at least halfway underwater. That's when you start to notice that there's people that are some people are swimming up out of the water, some people have already gotten up, and there's groups of people gathering kind of beside the Sparrow's Rest Inn and further down to the east of the town. Kind of there's another road that comes out and meets up with the road at the top of the Sparrow's Rest Inn.
Holy shit! The whole town's gonna wash away, lad. You've seen this, Elf.
This does not look good. There's a lot less town than there was before.
And I guess that's why I sent Aberdeen on, and I'll grab the stuff that matters the most and put it on the mule, and it's time to go. I mean, I'm gonna head out of here and try and get somewhere safe, and hopefully we can make it to Adrian Gate. But I mean, that's a day and a half travel from here. And,
Angus, lad, you said the gnome was headed to Ironham Gate anyway, didn't you?
I mean, that's where I suppose he's going. It makes sense to me. He's heading that way. It's the biggest town in the area, and I mean, if you're somebody selling wares, I mean, that's where I'd go.
Well, I'll tell you what, Elf. I'm following this gnome. I gather that you're following me.
I am half asleep and don't know anything that's going on. I'm definitely following you.
Angus, lad, we're happy to help you through this storm. If you don't mind sharing maybe a little bit of the goods.
I'll tell you what. You help me get to safety, and I'll definitely give you a bottle or two of my best.
Me and Bandit we're in. Let's lead the way, lad.
About that time, you see a horse riding up the road. It's coming from the direction of the eastern side of town. It's the other road that kind of runs along the northern edge of town to meet up with the main road heading out. And you see a horse, a black horse with a man riding on top of it. He rides up on you guys fast and reins in, and you see Angus looks up and says, "Ah, Delvin, I'm glad you made it out. Is everybody okay? What's going on with the rest of the town?" And Delvin looks down, and you can see from his cloak that he's wearing that he's a member of the Silver Road, and he's the town sheriff. Both of you would know who he was by stature or by office, if not by reputation. And he's kind of a short human man, scruffy hair, and a scar on his face. But he's, I mean, like, if you, well, you know, actually, you, Bear, give me a history check.
19 plus 1, 20. There's
20. Okay. So you know, you've been around the town long enough to know that, and you've been around the kingdom long enough to know the Silver Row have a kind of a touchy relationship with the rest of the people. The Silver Row they're the military arm, and they're kind of the ruling force of each town. The sheriff of each town rules the town, as opposed to like a governor or mayor or something like that. So you know that, but each person in the Silver Row, they run their towns differently, and each town is, you know, sometimes you have a good sheriff, sometimes you have a bad sheriff. Delvin is a fair sheriff, if not the most likable person. He's not a bad guy. some people like him, some people don't, but he's a pretty even keel, decent sheriff. He runs his town fairly well, and he keeps Darkfoot Landing in pretty good shape. So anyways, Delvin rides up, and Angus says, well, how's everybody else doing in town? And Delvin goes, boy, it's rough out there. There's people coming in from everywhere, but I mean, we've lost track. We don't even know how many people we have, but we're just trying to gather all of the people that we can find, and we're going to get up to safety. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take them up to Hawthorne States Manor.
Bergar puts his arm around Zakar. It's the fucking Silver Road lad. You familiar with him?
Yes.
This is Delvin. He's never tried to kill me, but I don't think he likes me much. And we just kind of head down, kind of scoot over to the other side of the donkey. Just kind of lead in Zakar with me.
Okay, are you trying to actively hide or just trying to like get away?
I'm not trying to hide. I'm trying to be nonchalant.
Okay.
I'm trying to just kind
Slightly
of
less
wander away
conspicuous.
without drawing attention to myself. But if he sees me, I don't want him to see my eyes.
Yes. Okay. I'll say you can do it without a roll. It's pretty easy, and he's pretty distracted. And so he says to Angus that he's going to take everybody to the Hawthorne Estates Manor. And you see Angus kind of gets a funny look on his face. He says, I mean, you mean the winery? The winery up the road? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, yeah. Oh, I mean, are you sure you want to stop there? And Delvin kind of looks around and he points one and he's like, I mean, these people can't travel in this storm for a day and a half. We have to get them to safety. We have to get them as close to safety we can get them to. So, yeah, the Hawthorne Estates Manor. It's up high. It's on a hill. I mean, who knows how high these floodwaters are going to get, but we got to go. And I'm not going to try and take them all the way to Adraham Gate in this storm. So, yeah, that's the best thing that we can do. And Angus is, well, man, all right. I mean, shit. I mean, you know that place is supposed to be haunted, right? And Delvin kind of laughs and says, I'd rather take my chances with ghosts than these floodwaters. And he rides back off. Angus turns around and looks at you guys and goes, well, I mean, we can try and make our way to all the way up to Adraham Gate if you feel like traveling for a day and a half in this storm, or we can go with the townsfolk to Hawthorne Estate. Whatever you guys want to do.
I'm looking for the gnome. Can you make it to Adraham Gate?
We can try.
You got the donkey. You're worried about these people, lad.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, they're the townsfolk. I like them. They're nice enough. I mean, there's some good people out there, but I mean, I'm a bar owner. Not sure what I'm going to do for them. I mean, we can. I'll tell you what. Why don't we ride on ahead a little bit, and maybe we'll stop at the manor and see if it looks okay, if it looks safe for them to get into, and maybe wait for them there, and then we can go on and let them get into the manor on their own.
Bergar gives Zakar like a shove on the side. I was like, yeah, we can't be moving too fast. This one's looking a bit pale.
Yeah, I mean, you're not looking so hot.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great.
The rabbit brew, what was it that you had there that he kept drinking? He thought it was amazing.
The rabbit beer was definitely fine. I wouldn't mind getting out of the rain. Maybe if we go to the winery, maybe you can replenish some of your stock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That place has been abandoned for years, but there's probably some wine left there. And I got to be honest, the Hawthorne Estates brand, there's some good wine there, so I can give it a shot. I'll take a look at it. But I'm not super excited about trucking with ghosts.
I'm not afraid of ghosts. I told you I live with one every day. She talks to me. See her, I hear her.
I mean, I just thought you were fucking around a little bit. I gotta be honest. I mean, you got a ghost that haunts you?
I mean, my Eleanor's in this rock, and he like digs around in his pocket and he pulls it. She's right here. Can you not see her, lad?
I mean, are you asking me if I can see the rock or if I can see a woman?
Well, there's the outline has gotten more faint over the years, but that's her. That's her face there, carved into the front of the rock.
Oh, so it's kind of like when you look at clouds and some people see a horse and some people see a dragon, and
Well, I love that game.
You see a woman in your rock.
Her image.
It's a little hard to see with all the rain.
I mean, yeah, this probably isn't the best time to be doing this.
Probably get moving somewhere.
You know, Eleanor said that I'm kind of stupid standing out here on the rock in the rain without the sense God gave me. All right, Urian, for Urian's sake. Let's go. We'll go to the manor, we'll follow the people. I'm not worried about Ghost. And this one.
I don't know what that is, so yes, let's go. Let's try and get out of the rain.
Bandit says he just wants to get out of the rain as soon as possible.
You see, about the time Delvin, he's gone back to the people and he rides back, and it's only, he's probably 200 feet away from you, so he's riding back and forth between the horses pretty fast. He comes back out and he says, "Well, I'm gonna lead these people on, but if you guys want to come with us, you're more than welcome to join us. If you want to go out on your own, I can't stop you, but the man is where we're heading to, and if you want to join us, please feel free." And then Angus looks at him and says, "Well, I think we're gonna kind of maybe run a little bit of point for you guys. The three of us, he said, I'll ride the mule, and the three of us can maybe move a little faster than you and the rest of the townsfolk, and maybe we'll kind of go on up ahead and see if the path is clear. Does that sound good to you boys?"
I'm a ranger. I can scout ahead.
All right.
I know these woods.
And Delvin kind of nods and goes, "All right, that sounds like a plan. Let's do that." And he goes back to the people.
Bergar comes up to Angus and produces a raccoon from his cloak.
Yeah.
A wet, stinky, disgusting raccoon.
Ooh. Yeah, go ahead.
Angus lad, hold this. I'll walk your donkey. And so he gives Angus the raccoon and takes the reins and just starts walking forward with the donkey.
You see Angus gingerly picks up the raccoon and holds it at arm's length and is like this, holding it out as far from him as he can. "You want me to hold this?"
You can sit him down. He rides well.
On the donkey.
Or your back.
On the donkey.
Sure, the donkey is good too.
He sets him down on the donkey. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this. This is going to be a traveling check. We are going to do 4 checks. I'm going to let you guys pick in what order you want to do, but you're going to roll the d20 for me. The d20 will determine what happens. I have the numbers between 1 and 20. You tell me what you roll, and I'll tell you what the effect is. And that will constitute about 2.5 hours of the travel time to get up to the Hawthorne Estates Winery. So who wants to do the first check?
Yeah, you're the ranger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a 3.
3. Okay, so you guys, you're traveling in about the first 20 or 30 minutes of your travel. You come to, already the road is starting to get washed out in certain spots, and there's this, it's hard to tell because it's nighttime. But you don't want to go dark vision?
Yes.
Dark vision.
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
So you can see at least that the road is pretty flooded. Torches wouldn't work in the rain, so you're just kind of riding blind. You're depending on the half elf and his dark vision to be able to kind of guide you. But yeah, you get about 20-30 minutes up the road, and the road is washed out, and there's floodwaters that are running over the road. It's been past 30 minutes, so you're starting to feel less hungover. You can give me a perception check or an investigation check, whichever one you want to do, to see what the floodwaters look like. A ranger that can't perceive anything.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Blind
Do an
ranger.
investigation, so it's
Yeah.
just a 3 and not a 2.
Oh, okay. You're...
Looks great.
You can tell the road is flooded. You have no idea how wide the floodwaters are, nor how deep they are, nor if there's any good passage to get around them left or right of the road. And the road is, you're in swampland, so the road it's really just kind of a high mound through already pretty boggy waters, and there's not a good place to pass left or right anyway usually on the road, but you can't tell anything. You just know the road's flooded out in front of you. You're not sure. You're going to have to figure out some way to get across.
Looks fine.
You think we'll make it, Elf?
I think we'll be fine. Looks great.
Angus,
Forge ahead.
Angus
What do you
is
think, Angus?
Angus is looking out and he's kind of squinting his eyes. Hold on, I gotta check and see if Angus has dark vision.
Maybe his mule does.
The mule has been pulling at you the whole time. The mule does not want to go on this trip. He is not happy about the decisions that he has made in his life to get into where he is right now.
Then Bergar is extremely distracted and dragging the mule along.
Yeah, you do notice the mule's kind of like pulling his head down.
Come on,
the
lad.
back and
We're going to get out to the rain, but you got to walk forward.
features and traits. Here we go. Sorry, 2 seconds. He does not have dark vision. Okay.
Okay.
So he also is like, you're saying the road's flooded, but it looks fine.
Looks fine to me.
Okay.
Let's go.
Just a little wet.
Yeah.
Everyone give me a... I'll let you do strength or athletics.
11.
Okay, 11.
11 for me as well. 8 plus 3.
Alright, and I gotta roll for... I gotta roll for the mule.
Actually, I'll do athletics. So 13.
Sorry.
Yeah.
6. Okay.
We're fine. We're fine. It's gonna be fine.
11. Beargar.
13.
13. Okay, you both pass, and the mule failed miserably. But I'm going to say that with the two of you, you're helping, and we'll go ahead and give... Oh, yeah, okay. So, and Angus is able to stay on. So you guys get out of the water. The water is about waist deep, but it's not flowing too fast. It's flowing fast enough that you can kind of feel your footing going, but it's not too bad. You pass your strength checks, you're able to get across, but you guys feel the donkey start to slide and his feet start to come out from underneath him. And with that, Angus manages to kind of wrestle his way back and stays on top of the donkey, but the donkey's going over. Beargar, you feel this because the reins start to pull, and you're able to reach back and kind of push the donkey up and keep the donkey from falling over completely. And you guys make it across the water. It's only about 20 feet wide, about 6 feet deep. Not 6 feet, about 3 or 4 feet deep. You guys made it, no problem.
Oh, it's a car, lad. You said that it wasn't bad. We almost lost our ass here.
I told you to be fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
And Angus is like, well, I gotta tell you boys, I'm glad that I'm riding and not walking, because that water would have been over my head.
Next time, check it with a stick or something, lad.
Okay, so you guys make it on past that. Do you want to do anything to kind of warn the people behind you that there's floodwaters here?
Beargar would have already forgotten.
There's other people.
Yeah, he's not used to being around people. He's got his halfling and his weird elf.
That's way more than he's used to.
Yeah, it's already too much.
How far back is everyone else?
They're probably. I mean, Delvin was rounding everybody up, but when you guys left, he was still checking the water to see if there's still people in it. So they probably at this point in time have just started on the road. They're probably 30 minutes behind you guys.
If I can find a stick, big stick, I don't know. Go back across and like plant the stick in the middle of the road.
Okay.
Like, stand it up somehow.
Sure.
I have to forward it a couple more times, but back and forth. But
That's easy enough. I mean, you've already found your way across, made your way. You know how to get back and forth. Now you know what to expect, how deep it is. It's easy enough to find a stick and put it in the ground. So you've left a marker for the people behind you. Hopefully they'll see it.
something, yeah.
Okay.
Where are you
Continuing
going,
on.
elf?
I think there's people following us. Just a lot of them are short.
Oh, the people from the town.
Yes. A lot of them might be shorter than we are, so
Yeah,
Right,
right.
Angus.
might try and warn them that was a little bit deeper than we thought.
Yeah, I mean that seems like a good idea. Like if I'd have just gone barreling off in there, I'd be out in the middle of the swamp right now. So yeah, it's a good idea.
It's a good thing you had the donkey, lad.
Yeah, it is.
Bandit's he'll protect you though.
Bandit.
Bandit.
Do the stinky thing on
Is he a good
the
swimmer?
raccoon.
He's an excellent swimmer.
All right.
As in any of his forms.
Any of his what?
His forms.
Okay then.
All right.
So, who wants to do the next roll?
16.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. So, about 15, 20 minutes more further down the road, the lightning is getting more and more intense. And and it's at this point in time, it's so frequent and so often that it's almost impossible to ignore the fact that the lightning is not white or blue or even orange like normal lightning. It is almost consistently yellow. And you see about 10 feet in front of you, a massive bolt comes out of the sky and hits the tree right next to the road. The tree explodes, and I need one of you to roll a D100 for me.
Percentile and then D10.
Yes, that's correct.
Just talk about this. Okay, yeah. 52.
It's great. I'm literally looking at a 52.
Oh, good.
Okay. I'm just going to make a note.
And I die.
Spontaneous combustion.
Yeah.
Okay. So the when the lightning strikes the tree kind of bursts into flames. But the weird thing is, like, this almost concussive wave of yellow energy spreads out from the tree for about 10 or 15 feet. It misses you, Beargar, and Angus, and the mule. The mule pulls up in your hands, but you're able to kind of to pull down the range.
Whoa, lad.
But you, like, that kind of concussive wave of yellow energy, like, hits you. You feel like everything kind of tingle a little bit. But then it goes away, and you just kind of get, shake it off. So it has something to do with the lighting, like maybe it's electric energy, something like that. But you get a little tingle, and then it goes away. But the road is clear for the next half hour or so, and then another roll. This is roll 3 of 4.
9.
9. Okay, so you come to another washed out spot on the road. Give me a perception check. Either one of you.
Go for it.
Don't trust you no
I'll
more,
help you
lad.
out with the. I'll help you with the dark.
Oh, sorry. It's dark, so you guys can work together.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? If you want to give him the help action,
Yeah,
you can
I'm
do it
gonna
at
help.
advantage.
Okay.
You're like, do you see that? And you're like, dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I see that.
Oh, that.
Yes, that. Right.
Right. Yes.
Perception +2, 17. My first one was a 15.
17. Okay. The road is washed out. Between the two of you looking at it, you're able to tell this one's not too bad. It's only about 6-7 feet across. I mean, like, you could lay down a log and get across it, but you're also able to kind of take some sticks and poke them around there, and you can tell it's only about 2 or 3 feet deep. So it's washed out, but it's not too bad. You're able to walk across it, no problem. It would have been tricky for Angus had he been off the horse or off the mule, because it would have been like chest high to him. But for you guys, it's no problem to get across.
Plant another stick.
Another
before
stick.
we go.
Perfect. All right, last roll.
2.
It's not good with the DMs laughing maniacally.
Okay, I am gonna have. I need to take
Here come the wolves.
just a couple minutes. I gotta set up a battle map. You guys
I
hear.
was kidding.
You guys hear something crashing through the woods, and it's like it's coming fast. It's coming at you. It's off the right-hand side of the road. You hear something crashing through the woods. You're trying to peek out there. You can't see anything. But it's coming. It's coming. It's coming fast, and it's close.
Is it, do I hear it?
Give me a perception check.
14. Or I guess 13.
10 for me.
Yeah, you both hear it.
Okay.
You both are able to tell
Just-
which direction it's coming from. You can tell it sounds big, but you're not sure what it is, and you're not sure how quickly it's going to be on you. So it'll take just like 2 minutes. I'm going to grab this battle map.
That sounds like a moose.
That sounds like something worse than a moose. Beargar loosens his battle axe, and Bennett's kind of freaking out. He really doesn't like the lightning,
Yeah.
and he kind of just leans back on the donkey and tells Angus, "Something's coming, lad."
Angus is. I mean, you mean. Yeah, like I hear something running through the woods. You think it's coming at us?
I do, lad. I really do.
Well, shit. All right.
Get his bow out. Get that ready.
You guys have cleared at this point in time. You've gotten across. You're away from the water for It's a fair distance behind you. So Angus hops down off of his. Hops down off of his mule, and you see he reaches it behind his back and he pulls out a dagger and a short sword.
Didn't know you were a fighter, little one.
Well, hell, I don't really want to be a fighter, but sometimes life throws shit at you and you got to be prepared for it.
I totally, completely understand, lad.
Now, what you two see coming out of the woods, and I'm going to use this marker for it. It is not actually what it is. What you see is a moose.
Night moves.
You don't really have any words for what you're seeing because you guys have never ever seen anything like this before.
It's another moose.
Unless, I'll actually, before I say that, have any of you spent a large amount of time traveling in the Underdark and the Dwarven lands or anything like that?
I was in a dwarven jail for a while,
Okay.
but not much the Underdark. Not while I was awake.
Okay.
Not while I wasn't blindfolded.
Then I will allow you to give me.
It's kidnapped by dwarves, lad.
I'll allow you to give me a history check.
9 plus 10. 9 plus 1.
No, so you had plus 10 to history?
10 total.
He is historic.
Okay, what you see coming out of the woods, you maybe you heard dwarves talking about it in the past when you were in the Dwarven lands. So it looks like something you've seen before, but it's more like you're trying to put two and two together. Like this thing looks somewhat familiar to you, but it's like you can't even put the name to it.
Do I know it's bad? Do I know that we're going to have to fight it?
It is looking aggressive. Well, you know what? Give me a perception check. Actually, insight.
23.
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Okay. 18.
18.
Minus 1.
Okay. The two of you both are able to get a read on this thing as it comes out, and you're both completely shocked because what you see is this massive creature. It's about the size of a bear, but it has like a beak. It has kind of spines on its back. It's got kind of bear claws for its back legs, but on its front legs are two giant hooks, like kind of clawed hooks. Looks something like this.
Okay.
That's often known as a hook horror.
Definitely not a moose.
You know
Definitely
two
not friendly.
things about it. It shouldn't be here because you've never seen anything like this or heard anything like this above lands, and you're remembering some stories like when you were with the dwarves about something like that. But nobody that doesn't live in caves or in the Underdark has ever seen one of these on the land. And two, from your insight checks, you're both able to tell that it's scared, but extremely aggressive and is running directly at you. Let's roll initiative.
Ooh, 22.
15.
Nice. Okay.
15 for Bergar. A large lad. Not super fast.
I have two things to roll here. And Angus. 14 plus stuff.
Do you want me to pull Angus up so I can...
I got it. We're good. I got it. Okay, Angus is... Okay, Beargar. Zakar, you are first, my friend.
Alright. First thing.
Sorry.
Roll me a d6. And tell me what you get. Go ahead.
Bonus action.
Yes.
Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark. Okay, he is 1.
Got the 1.
Bandit sees the hook horror, squeaks, and turns into a mouse.
Fair.
You want to flip him over to the mouse side there?
He's already a mouse.
Okay.
How
He does that when he gets scared.
How close is this thing?
He is
Getting closer, but
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet away from you.
ooh, that's getting close. But I am still going to use my Hunter's Sense.
Okay, what is that?
As an action, choose one creature you can see within 60 feet. You immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are. The creature is not hidden from divination magic. Use it once per long rest. This seems like a good time.
Yeah. Damage immunities? None. Also not... what was it? Damage immunities?
Damage immunities,
Weakness.
resistances, or vulnerabilities.
No vulnerabilities, no
Okay, so it's just...
resistances. Yeah, it's just a... It's a creature.
Okay. It's just a creature. Attack it however we feel like.
I was going to hit it with my axe.
That sounds good. Good plan. I like that plan.
Yeah, I guess it's like,
I probably should have shot it with an arrow, but
Yeah, okay,
that was a good plan.
We're gonna fight this thing. Okay, let's do it. All right. And he gets his short sword, his knife ready. Let's do it. That is Angus's turn. Angus, from this distance, he's gonna move. Do you mind moving Angus for me there?
Yeah.
Let's move him up. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll go right in front of you. He is going to, and actually he'll go over to this wood there. He's going to bonus action hide,
Good plan.
and then he's going to take his dagger and he's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, shoot. He's going to move up 2 more. Hide. Ooh, he is not hidden. You see he's trying to kind of duck behind some cover, but the hook horror has turned and is like looking directly at him. He's trying to hide. He's not doing a good job. So he will not get sneak attack damage on this, but he is still going to throw a dagger at the thing. 14 plus 6. 14 plus 6. Yeah. That's 20. 20 definitely hits. And he does 1d4 plus 1. Ooh, 8. Wow, 8 damage. Nice. You see the dagger comes flying out from his hand, kind of sticks in the hook horror side. You hear it shriek, this kind of bizarre, it sounds like a bird in pain, but louder and kind of more guttural. And it is Beardar's turn.
How far away am I?
You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're 60 feet away. No, sorry, 50 feet away.
Okay. I'm going to kind of circle around to try to hit it from the back while it goes after Angus.
Okay, so you have 30 feet of movement, I believe.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come like, is it?
So each
10
one of those
each?
squares is 5 feet. Yeah. Okay. Then I was
So-
wrong. It's 40 feet away from you.
No,
So,
I was within 60 feet.
yeah, you're fine.
Either way, yeah. Actually, I think I might just stay on this one.
Okay.
I'm trying to kind of creep up while it's got its eye on.
If you're trying to actively
Angus.
be stealthy, you can take your movement, and if you don't want to attack it this round, you can use your action to like sneak to hide.
Okay,
So
yeah.
roll a stealth check.
Okay. Oh, bad. 4.
Or yeah, like as you're trying to creep up on it. I mean, even in the storm in the woods, even this thing seeming like it's out of place. You get the sense that it almost has its eyes closed and it seems to be listening more than looking at you, and it can hear you walking towards it. You are not hidden from it at all, but good try.
Yeah, he just gets down. He's kind of bracing himself with his axe, getting ready to hit this.
And that is its turn.
Oh, good.
So sorry, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to run at Angus. Yeah, there. And it 12 plus stuff. Ooh, yeah, 18. That hits for sure. Six plus 4, so 10 points of damage to. That's going to be. Ooh, yeah, that hurts. Angus. He runs up to Angus, screeching, and swings this kind of giant hooked hand, and it digs into the back of Angus's shoulder, and pulls Angus into him, and kind of bites him on the shoulder. Does some pretty serious damage to Angus. Angus is hurting pretty good. But that is its turn, and that takes us back to the top of the round, and that is going to be Zakar.
Bonus action, I have another thing called the Slayer's Prey.
Well,
Designate one creature you can see within 60 feet. The first time each turn that you hit the target with a weapon attack, it takes an extra d6 of damage.
oh, okay, cool.
So I'm just going to try and shoot it.
Okay.
8, 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Alright, so...
And don't forget your hunter's mark damage, too.
Yep. So that's a d8 plus 4, that's 9 plus 3 for Hunter's Mark, and 5 for Slayer's Prey.
Just do 17 points of damage.
Yes. Yeah. It was a good shot.
You,
Angus! Are you okay?
I mean, no. Ow. Thanks for shooting it.
I'm trying. I'm just gonna scooch over a little bit. Just
Yep.
get
So
a little
that's
further
your-
around. Hopefully it's
that's your-
straighter shot.
Action, bonus action, and movement?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That brings us to Angus's turn. Angus is like trying to get the hook out of his back. And he's not technically grappled, but he's not feeling great either. And he's gonna try and stab it with his sword. That is not gonna hit. Yeah, he tries to get his sword up, but he's kind of too close to the creature. He's not able to get his sword up. Then he reaches back, he pulls out another dagger from his back. Tries an offhanded strike. Yeah, that hits. So he's able to. He tries to stab it with his sword. He's not able to get any purchase, but he's able to. It's too close, but he's able to get some range. Damage him with his dagger. And he hits him for 6 damage. He kind of stabs up into the armpit of the creature. The creature shrieks at him, and as he shrieks at him, kind of his Angus's own blood is kind of dripping up this thing's beak. Yeah, that brings us to Beargar. Angus is kind of stuck in his spot. He's not going to go anywhere. He can't get away from him.
Okay, Beargar is two-handing his axe, and he's gonna come up and he's gonna try to chop the arm that's hooked into Angus off of the.
Okay, cool. So we at the beginning of this the game, I kind of ran through some homebrew rules, but for a called shot like that, I'm going to allow called shots. The first thing you have to do is a performance check. I'm going to say for chopping off an arm, a DC 10, so to get better than a 10.
Oh, okay. Well, I got a 14, and I got like a just a 14.
Okay, so you're successful. Your called shot, you're aiming in the right spot. You know that you can land this. Now you have to hit and see if you actually land the hit. That's normal attack damage.
It's a 15 plus your proficiency, right?
Yeah,
So 17.
17. Nice. Well, it'll say whenever you look on D&D Beyond, it says your hit/DC. It'll tell you what your plus is.
I don't know what that is.
Right next to your.
Under your actions, where it says attack, and then it shows you what your weapon is.
It says battle axe.
Yeah. And then next to that it says range, or and it says 5 feet or 10
Yes,
feet.
it says 5 feet.
And the next
oh,
one
hit
says
DC plus 5.
There you go. So that's so
Dirty
So
20.
it's a dirty 20.
dirty 20. So you definitely hit. You hit the arm. Now roll damage, and I'm going to say anything over 10 damage that you do will actually take the arm off.
Okay. It's a D10 plus 3 with a two-handed axe for me.
Fantastic.
Which 10? It's a 10. Yeah, it's a 0 is a 10, right?
Yep.
Yes.
13 damage. So you do 13 damage to him.
Hell
This
yeah.
thing screams, and it sounds horrific, and its arm comes clean off. The hook kind of slides around, and you can see now, like, out of Angus's shoulder, the hook has kind of gone up into the top part of his trap, and the arm's kind of flopping down. The arm is so long on this thing that it's actually kind of touching the ground.
His size.
It's the arm is like shoulder height to him, and it's like touching the ground and at his feet. And you hear him kind of grunt. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Beargar. The thing is screaming at the top of his lungs, but it.
Beargar was doing an action surge.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
and the thing kind of turned its head to you and kind of cocks its head sideways, very much like a bird looking at you, and is screaming in your face.
Two-handing the axe back up and swinging.
Okay.
It's in the dark. I'm swinging at the loud thing.
Just get right in the jaw.
And
Oh, yeah.
dirty 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Natural 21.
Another 10 plus 3.
Hell yes.
Christ.
Fuck this hookworm.
Yes. Holy shit, that's amazing.
Man, so you sink your axe kind of into its other shoulder, and it pushes it back a little bit, and it starts screaming, and it's gone a scream from a scream of anger to a scream of almost terror and pain. And it's looking real hurt. But it is its turn.
Oh boy.
You see it kind of cocks its head to one side and the other, and it's like I said, it's more listening than looking. It feels trapped and it wants to go, wants to run, so it's going to... Okay, I'm going to roll a d20 to decide what it's going to do. Anything above a 10, it's going to attack you, Beargar. Anything below a 10, it's going to try and run. Okay, so it turns to you, Beargar. You're the thing that's hurting it the most. It is scared of you, but also pissed at you, so it's going to try and hit you. 16 plus 6
It
is...
hits.
20, yeah, okay. And,
Yeah.
it hits.
It hits before the plus.
But it doesn't do much damage. It does 9 points of damage, but it's going to do kind of your version of axe. It's going to do a multi-hook attack, so it's going to pull its hook out and then hit you again with it. But this one misses. It's a 2 plus 6, that's 8. So it hits you for, and it makes pretty decent contact, does a little bit of damage there. Pulls its hook out and it tries to get a better swing at you, but the swing is no good. It kind of whiffs by you and hits the dirt. And you can see now it's kind of stumbling and it almost seems lost. And that is its turn. It decided not to run. Brings it back to the top of the round.
How much damage does it do again?
It did, 9 damage. 5 plus 4.
Ow, you big bastard! Zakar, shoot this thing!
Okay.
It's your turn.
I'll see what I can do. Oh. Natural 24.
Impossible!
16 plus 8, yeah.
Hits?
24.
It hits.
Okay. Let's just do this. 8, 10, 11 damage.
Yeah, it only had 3.
Okay, that's
So, yeah. Tell me how you kill it.
Well, it's screaming at Beargar.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shoot straight down its throat, not the back of its skull.
Nice, yeah. So you see, and you're able to see it even though it's right in Beargar's face. With your dark vision, you're able to kind of see it even better than the people that are right up on it. And you can see as it's screaming, its beaks are open at the size of Beargar's face. It is a big creature, but it's a big target, and you're able to, it's mid scream. You're able to put your arrow in the back of its throat, and you hear it goes like screaming. It kind of stumbles back a couple steps and just immediately falls over to its side, dead. That's it. You've killed the hook horror. You guys have survived your first battle.
You okay?
Good shot there, Elf. No!
Shit.
It fucking bit me!
And you see Angus is like, oh shit, what the fuck was that thing?
You still got... I don't know. It had hooks for hands and a beak. It's an angry bird beast. It reminds me of... I heard a story in Dwarven prison about a creature that dug its claws through the rocks. And he kind of grabs the claw and like very suddenly like slides it back and up out of Angar, out of Angus. He goes, I've never seen anything like it. And he just like walks off and he's like holding the hook. Bandit, have you seen anything like this, lad?
Bandit, you know what? Actually, let's do this. For funsy onesies. Roll me a d20. Let me know if you get below a 5.
A 3.
You turn around to see Bandit, who was turned into a mouse on the back of a mule, and the mule is gone.
Oh, shit. Where'd the mule go?
The mule? Where did Bandit go?
With the
Do
mule.
you have any apples on the mule, Angus?
Angus, you turn around and look, and Angus is on the ground, like holding his shoulder. What do oh, fuck. What? Do I have what?
Elf, we're gonna have to take care of this one.
Yes, let me...
You see, he goes, it's fine if you just go on the mule, and on the saddle pack on the left-hand side, there's a bottle. It's just a little green bottle full of green stuff. Will you bring that to me, please?
The mule's missing, lad.
What? What?
I think he ran away from the scary hook monster that we just killed.
Oh, fuck. And you see he gets up and kind of starts stumbling back in the direction of the mule. He's like, oh, fuck, let's look for tracks. Shit, it's got everything I own in it. Come on.
Here, have a berry.
Thank you. I'm not hungry.
It'll make you feel better. Maybe a little bit.
All right. He eats the berry. What happens?
It was a good berry.
Oh,
He gets a hit point
a
back.
hit point back.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I gotta tell you, I feel like one better.
One berry's worth. All right, let's go looking for this mule.
All right, so everybody give me investigation checks.
Nat 1.
No, you don't see. You are
6.
it's fuck. You guys. Oh Jesus Christ.
We're not mule hunters.
Angus's investigation is a -1.
Hold on. Can I, since the target of my hunter's mark deceased, can I move my hunter's mark to the donkey or to the mule? That'll at least give me advantage on checks trying to find it. I don't know because I think I need
I'll
to
tell you
see
what.
it.
Read the verbiage of Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, I
and
think I
let's-
might need to see
Yeah, I was
it.
gonna say I think you have to see it. I don't know. I think you have to consider it to be a prey or a foe too, but
You can choose a creature you can see within range.
a creature. Okay. Well, so but yeah, you gotta see it.
I gotta see it. Yeah. Okay.
So
It was worth a shot.
No, but it's a good idea. Okay, so you got a nat 1.
Yes.
You were taken by this hook horror's hook. Like, you're not worried about Bandit. Bandit goes and comes and goes and goes, and you know
He'll be
he take
fine.
care of himself. You're not worried about Bandit, and you're not used to the social niceties of people. You don't care if people have lost their goods. You haven't been around people.
I
who
don't
care.
have goods.
Yeah, you're like whatever.
Can you believe this, Hook? Don't worry about your donkey, Angus. Bandit will bring him back.
And you see Angus is kind of looking around the ground, but he's even though he feels one better,
Still not feeling good.
he's not feeling great.
Sorry, it's all I can do for now.
Like if I could quantify like what he feels like he's almost at half of his good feelings. He's hurting pretty bad, and he's looking around the ground. He's like, I gotta find my mule. I mean, I do have some medicine in there. I'm gonna make myself feel better. I gotta find my mule. He's looking around in the mud, but he's not concentrating well. He's not able to see anything. And you got a what?
Oh, I got a 6.
6, yeah. So everybody, it's raining,
It's
it's
bad.
muddy, it's bad, and you guys were very distracted by this monster that came out of the woods at you.
It's like a medicine check to see if I can like stop the bleeding or
Absolutely.
anything. Yeah. Look at that. 18.
18. Okay.
I'll just wrap him up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll say that you're able to stabilize him, stop the bleeding. He feels better. It doesn't necessarily heal him, but it stops him from like bleeding and stops him from hurting worse. And you can tell like you stabilized him, made him feel better.
At least helping.
Yeah.
I can't find anything. At least helping
Beargar
a
goes
bit.
back to the hook horror and kind of drops
Horror.
the horror.
Horror.
It's
Horror.
a hook horror.
That's a hook horror.
So Beargar, he goes back and he
Two different
kinda,
kinds of horse right there.
he sets the hook next to the monster. He's like, oh, you're a disgusting fucker. And he kind of turns it to the side and pulls Zakar's arrow like through its head.
It comes out looking a squelching pop.
And he kind of looks at it. And he walks back to Angus. He's like, you get the hook, I get the beak, he gets the fucking kill. And I hand Zakar the arrow.
Oh, thanks.
Like, good shot, lad. Good shot, lad. We need to find this donkey. Let me call to Bandit.
Okay.
And so he walks out kind of just a little ways from you guys and starts whistling, just like a really loud, sheer whistle.
Okay, and as you are whistling, give me a... first things first, give me a history check on yourself.
9.
9. Okay. Yeah, you're distracted at the moment, and so you're kind of forgetting about your full connection with Mana, but you whistle, and... give me a performance check.
14 plus 0. 13.
13? Okay. I'm going to say Bandit hears it, but he's a mouse form. And he's not really sure what to do, so he just kind of jumps off the mule and starts running back towards you. And about 30, 45 seconds later, you see Bandit come running out of the swamp. But you're able to tell the direction the mule went in because Bandit came running back from that direction.
Mule's that way.
Full on smoking rat style. I kind of lean down and I scoop him up and I plop him on my shoulder. It's like, did you see that monster, Bandit?
Oh, he's squeaking in your ear like loud.
Did you see it? It hit me with its beak. Do you see this little part right here? It's like, our friend here, Angus, though, he really needs that mule. Do you remember which way he went?
He hops down and... Yeah. Fuck. Stays a mouse, but he starts running like full out the direction they came from. And he's kind of off to the... For your sake on the map, he's running off in this direction. Yeah, so he takes off. He's a mouse. He goes into the woods. He goes under the brush, and he's gone.
We just kind of follow him after. Follow the mouse, elf.
Okay.
All right, everybody give me athletic checks. It's just to see how well you're able to get through the... You're running through a flooded swamp full of underbrush and roots and...
7.
7, okay.
17.
17. And... Wow, and yeah, Angus got an 18, so he's...
Nice.
Angus is dead set on getting to this mule, and he takes off, and you suddenly kind of get this flashback to when you saw Aberdeen take off. Like these little halflings are fast, man, and he takes off in the underbrush after your mouse.
What's the mule's name?
Mule?
Mule. Oh. Is it spelled with an H or umlaut?
Look at the umlaut for sure. Mule.
Mule?
It's mule.
Umlaut.
Not sure
H-O-E.
Mule?
No, mule.
I see.
Mule.
I see.
Mule.
It's creepy how fast you move, little one.
He's gone, man. He's running fast. He is able to... Mule. Yes. M-U umlaut. H-L-E. Mule. Yeah, okay, so he's out in front of you guys, but you're able to follow him pretty quickly, pretty easily. And then he, with his passive perception, is able to pick up the tracks of the mule pretty quick. The mule has not gone too far. He's only about 200 feet off the road. But he is stuck in some mud. He's about belly deep in mud. But he's not moving that fast anymore, so you guys are able to catch up to him and see him, and you see he's got that kind of weird rolling back, his eyes rolling back in his head, freaked out mule look. And Angus walks like, oh shit, man, come on, mule, we gotta get you out of here. He reaches out and grabs the reins, but the mud's deep. Like he starts walking off in it, and it gets like waist deep on him.
Bergar scoops him up, plops him on the donkey.
It's shit. Are you gonna pull this boat out of here, man?
It's sinking a little more.
I'm going to try. And Bergar starts like just pulling the donkey.
And you see Angus is on the back, and he's kind of like kicking him in the hindquarters. You roll strength with advantage, DC 15. You gotta get over 15.
Well, I did a 5 and a 1. It's a +3, so it's an 8 and a 4.
Okay, so you see you're pulling. Angus is like kicking in the hindquarters, trying to get him to go. It's not working. So Angus hops back off. He comes around and he grabs the rope with you, and you can do it again with advantage.
Can I give it a shot?
Yeah. You can both roll separately if you want to.
Okay, that's a 23.
Jeez.
19.
Yeah.
No, it's 21.
21? Okay, yeah. So the two of you with Angus off the back of the mule, you're able to pull the mule out of the mud, and you're able to get him out, and Angus gets back up on him. You guys are good. You get back up on the road. Was that our fourth roll?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was the last one.
Okay. All right. Good job, guys.
We're at Hawthorne Manor.
So, you're heading down the road. Is there anything else you want to look at the hook horde? You want to see if there's anything on them you want? Anything before we
Yes,
leave?
Let's poke at him.
For sure, I want to mess with it some more.
Yeah.
Okay. Beargar's pretty like
Yeah,
he's pretty well traveled.
We can
so
take
he's
another-
weirded out.
We
by
can
this
take
one.
2 hooks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever you guys want to do. I mean, it's a dead creature on the side of the road. The rain is still coming down. You can see the waters are coming up here, but you're past the storm surge. So it's just now it's like a really heavy rainstorm. So it's natural flooding. It's not the storm surge of the ocean.
No
coming
more
over.
yellow lightning.
The lightning's still yellow. It's still crashing all around you. But
Slow down a bit.
it's a little less out here. You're a little further away from the eye of the storm.
Alright, so like investigation.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, roll investigation checks.
12.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be over 20.
Yes.
Is a 19 plus 30, 22.
Okay. So as you're looking at the creature, it's the first thing that you're noticing with the creature is that it's something you never heard of, or something you've never seen. You are the only one that Beargar has any experience of ever hearing about this. You know it's not supposed to be up here. It doesn't even look like something that would have been up here, though. It doesn't look like it's been here long. It doesn't have. It doesn't have some of the telltale signs of things that have been up here, like that have lived on the surface for a while. It doesn't have any kind of burning or chafing on its skin from the sun. When you look at its eyes, you can tell it has blind eyes. It's fully something that has lived its entire life in the Underdark. It does not make any sense for this thing to be here. And it has not, whatever it is, with your investigation check, you're able to tell it hasn't been here long. But you are also able to tell that it is fully a wild creature. It's not carrying anything on it of any value. But you can tell that its hook hands probably would have some value to them, to the right trader that you were selling to. Even the blind eyes, you might be able to sell those off to somebody that could use them as like some sort of trinkets or something. Like you might be able to sell it to a potion maker or something like that. And its beak, when you wrap on its beak, it's made of something that's very, very hard, even harder than like the typical kind of material that a bird would have its beak made out of. This thing seems like it's ready to crunch rocks.
Beargar is particularly impressed by the beak, or at least concerned with it. Can I cut it out?
You can, yes.
He wants to take the beak and maybe both of the hooks, depending on how hard the first one is to cut off.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to roll me a d20. It's not to see if you can do it. You can definitely do it. You have an axe. You have knives. This is just to see how long it takes you to do it.
19.
19. Okay. Within a couple of minutes, you're able to and you're a hunter. You've been out in the woods forever. Taking apart a dead animal is something that's second nature to you, and you're able to work your knife around his beak, and you got his beak popped off in a couple minutes.
Okay.
You can write into your inventory hook horror beak, and hook horror hands if you want to.
Just throw those on the mule.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna stand over here. Oh, and you see, Angus, rustle around his pack, and he pulls out a little vial out of his pack. It's greenish in color. It's about the size of like the palm of his hand. And he pops the top off and takes it down, takes one drink. Takes it down one drink. And gives himself what would be considered a healing potion. This world's version of a healing potion is not a potion that is imbued with any sort of great magics. It is the work of a potion maker, of somebody that's like an apothecary, like somebody that makes herbs. Yeah, but somebody that is skilled in making drinks that heal you, make you feel better.
There'd be something we can learn at some point, like what herbs and shit to gather, how to mix stuff
Yes,
if we get
yes,
that
yes,
far.
yes, 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 yes.
When Angus, I see you got your potion there. You're feeling better, lad.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty. I mean, I feel like I got stabbed in the back by a giant monster, but
Well, you
I'm
did.
feeling okay.
That is what happened. Yes.
We did kill it, lad.
I know, but
It was this thing that I'm tying onto the mule. That
it's
that was in your back.
the thing that I'm riding right next to. Yeah, I got it. But yeah, I mean, the potion made me feel better. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I don't understand what the hell that was or where it came from. I've never even heard of such a thing.
Yeah, I've been out in these woods a long time. I've never seen anything like that.
I never have either. I want to know what's going on with this beak. You see where she bit me?
Yeah, I mean, that looks painful as hell.
It hurts like hell.
Yeah,
Like Urian's ball sack.
that sounds painful. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
It is.
I mean, it's maybe also
Urian's
godly.
angry ball sack. Bald?
Bald.
It's his ball sack when all the hair is burnt off of it. It hurts really bad.
I mean, I gotta admit it. I would imagine that
Balls hurt.
Urian would
When
be,
they're burnt?
I mean, I don't know, hairless down there. I don't know. Something about that seems like a blasphemy.
I think
don't know.
I said something wrong. I apologize, lads. Let's I need to rest.
Yeah,
I got bit by a weird monster with a beak.
You pull out a knife, just carve high delvin into the hide of the.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Just write a little note.
Just carve it into the side of this monster. Just leave it on the side of the road.
Maybe-
leave it there.
There's
You're
a lot of people. Maybe they can like carry it, make dinner or something.
I wonder if it tastes like chicken.
Oh, I hope so.
You know what? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll me a persuasion check.
Nope.
What is it?
It's loading. It's a 3 plus something, so I'm
All right,
sure
I
it's
mean,
not great.
It's a 50-50 shot that he's going to take that as a sign of, like, hey, this was... these guys that are running out in front of us they killed this monster and they let us know that they killed the monster. Or he's going to take it as a threat.
Okay. Fair.
Somebody killed a monster, left it in the middle of the road, and carved my name into the side of it. So, well, no, we're going to see how it takes that when he gets there.
Look, I killed this for you. All right.
Your writing's not bad, Elf.
I've been working on my penmanship.
Okay, you guys ready to continue on? You're at this point in time.
I
You're
named my dagger penmanship.
at this point in time, you're about 30 minutes or so from Hawthorne Estates, but you can tell now that you're kind of on the outskirts of the storm. Although as you look behind you, the storm is still moving in your direction, but you've kind of gotten out in front of it a little bit. So the riding is easier. The roads aren't flooded out here. The thunder and lightning are still there, but they're not as bad. You got a pretty clear path to the rest of the manor if you want to head that direction.
Oi, Elf. I've been here before. In the garage there, they got the garage. We don't know what garage is up here. In the large shed over there, they have caskets of ale and wine.
I mean,
rabbit ale.
I think what you're talking about there is the barn. But in that case, I think this is where they fill their wine bottles. So the filling barn. Yeah.
Garage is Elvish for barn.
Yes. Garage.
So I don't know if you're worried about ghosts or anything, but
I am. Hell yeah.
do you think the barn would be as safe as if we went into the real manor? I know for sure that the barn, I've been here maybe a time or two. I know that they got something to drink. It's dry. It's up high. We should be out of the rain.
Have you been here before?
Long time ago. I've passed through a few times. I drink a lot.
I noticed. Yeah. Did you notice any ghosts when you were here before?
I didn't go into the main building because it was creepy.
Yeah. I 100% agree. It's creepy.
The barn's not too bad. It's a little creepy, but if you drink enough, you forget completely.
I mean,
Sounds good to me.
all right. Let's go check it out. You guys head off the road, up the road.
We can keep an eye out for the people if they make it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to be anywhere near this place. It's supposed to be haunted. I've heard horror stories about it, and I mean, I don't want to be anywhere near it, but in the barn seems like it's a hell of a lot better than in the house.
So you can keep an eye on your donkey
Sure.
in here, not being rude. Taking a donkey in the house.
I mean, it's a mule, but yeah.
I mean, you put your ass in the barn though, right?
Currently, my ass is on my ass. You know what I mean?
I see what you did there, lad.
I don't.
His ass, like not the animal ass, but the ass that's connected to him is on the animal.
No, bear guard.
The ass.
No, it's. I mean, if you have to explain it, it's not fun.
I think he has problems with asses.
You got a problem with my ass?
That's a mule.
You're right, lad. You're right.
He's right.
Yeah.
It's a mule. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that
should
checks-
go.
That
Let's
checks
go.
out the car. Let's go into the barn.
So you guys take off up the road. Like I said, the next 30 minutes or so of travel is pretty easy. It's just raining and miserable, but it's not. You're not trying to fight through anything, or you're not trying to fight the storm. But about 30 minutes later, you come up out of the swamps to some degree. You're still surrounded by swamps, but this is a little rise, kind of a hill in the swamp, and you come up onto a piece of property that you can tell was at one point in time a winery. It's got rows and rows and rows of what were once very well cultivated, very well kept vines that lead up this hill up to the front gates of this manor that sits on top of the hill. This is off to the right-hand side of the road as you're traveling. And the manor sits up on the hill. At once, this would have been a beautiful, huge, two-story manor. But it has been abandoned for years, and there are stories that have gone around forever about what happened to this place. Some people say that Urian himself came along and wiped the family out. Some people say for some sort of evil deeds that they did. Some other people say that there were weird cultists that came out of the swamps and killed the whole family. But there's all sorts of stories about what happened to the family here. But everyone agrees that sometimes when you're riding by and you look in the windows, you can see the ghost of Becca and Robert Hawthorne walking around inside of the house. And as you look at the building, I mean, it looks like something out of a nightmare. It was a giant manor at one point in time, but now the windows are all shattered, and there was boards that were put up over it at one point in time, but even those boards have fallen out. There's holes in the roof. There's the grapevines have kind of gone wild now, and they kind of grow everywhere. You can still see the remnants of the neat road that they were once in, but now there's the vines are kind of everywhere. And off to the left-hand side of the manor is a large barn that you're talking about, Beargar, and that large barn. The doors are off of the barn, but it would definitely provide some shelter from the storm. And inside the barn, even from this distance, you can see huge casks, 10, 15 feet in diameter. And this would be a filling barn, a place where they would put their wines and would come in there and would fill the small bottles in this barn.
Is there anything that we can use? Like, are the doors like huge? Like, is there anything we can do to make it like more sheltery?
The doors going into the barn are kind of typical barn doors. They're 10 to 12 feet tall, about 7, 8 feet wide a piece, but they're gone. So what you're looking at is a 12 foot tall by 14 foot opening into this barn. You can look around to see if there's pieces of wood or something, but you're not going to get anything you're not going to be able to make closed doors.
This doesn't entirely get us out of the rain, lads, but it does get us a little hair of the dog, and I could use a little rest. I don't know if you guys know, but I got bit by a large beak from a creature that shouldn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I got a hook in my back from the same goddamn thing. I know.
I didn't. I shot it though.
Yeah, I know, you're fine, lad. That's good.
You know what you've taught me today, Zakar, is that I need to take up the bow.
Oh, it's a great weapon. It's much better than poking things really close by.
Yeah, I mean, I threw a knife into it. Oh, shit, I forgot my knife. Damn it.
No. Oh, it was right next to where I was carving Delvin's name.
Maybe
into.
Delvin will bring it. Maybe he'll recognize it and think that you killed it, lad.
Well, let's hope so.
Beargar chuckles and
I'm sure he'll be appreciative.
takes Bandit and walks off, and he's got his rock in his other hand.
He's like, it's been a long walk. We're going to take a rest. And he goes back into the back corner, leans against the wall, pops open one of the crates, fills up a bottle from somewhere, and like produces like a bottle. Like maybe he stole it, maybe he found it.
Well, and there's bottles all over this place because what you're able to tell, and as you get closer to the manor, the closer you get, the more dilapidated that it looks. But what you're able to tell, even from just inside the barn, is this place was just left. Like, it was fine, it was running, it was a viable, highly successful business some 10 years ago, and then it was just one day the family was just gone, and nobody knows why. But you're able to tell inside the barn there's still bottles.
So he gets a bottle, he fills one up, he like checks it. It's like, ooh, it's a bit strong, a bit old. It's an aged wine, laddie. And he holds Bandit up and he's like, it's an aged wine, and he takes a little drink and he like kind of blows into the mouse's face. He's like, and now we go to sleep. And he just kind of leans back, puts his head down, and he's out.
You see Angus gets off his mule and he walks over and he finds a piece of wood sticking up in the wall that he can kind of tie the mule's reins off to keep him in place. And you see he starts walking around it, and you, for the first time since even the night before when you met Angus, you see almost a sense of reverie in him, and he's looking and running his hands over the casks, and he's kind of wiping the dust off of the nameplates, and he's looking at each of the types and the vintages of wine, and you see legitimate, real awe in his eyes of what he's looking at. And then you see he gets kind of excited, and he looks over and he's like, "Hey, Beargar,
What is it?
where'd you get those bottles?" And then you can point out there's some bottles in the back there.
Yeah. You just go over there, lad. There's a bunch of empty ones.
I'll go grab you a couple if you want.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, this is a full cask of Family Reserve. This is one of the finest wines that this part of Corella's ever seen. I mean,
I know. Me and Bandit, we got this. It's a bit aged, but it's delicious. Would you like to try that?
Absolutely. And he takes a drink, and it's delicious. And he gets a little excited, and he follows you over, and he grabs as many bottles as he can carry in his arms, and he starts filling up the bottles.
I'll grab as many as I can carry.
Yeah, we will say that between the two of you guys get 12 bottles, a full case of Hawthorne Estates Family Reserve, which is probably worth 2 gold a bottle in town.
Beargar has about half finished the bottle that he had. He's got a little hair of the dog. He's filled up 2 more bottles and stashed them in his being.
He's coped with many things.
He just hides bottles of liquor.
Yeah, like he's not very quiet. He like clinks when he moves.
All right, very good. So what we'll do here is you guys are all kind of settling in. You're going to wait for the rest of the townspeople to get here?
I guess so.
Beargar's asleep.
Okay, so I will say that we can all have a short rest. So if you want to gain back any spell slots that you can gain back, roll any hit dice that you want to roll, which for you, Beargar, I think is a D8 or is it a D6?
D10 plus 4.
D10, okay.
Good as well.
Yeah.
You're a fighter.
Yep, cool. All right, we'll take a break. Be back in 10 minutes.
And that concludes episode 2 of the Corellan Chronicles. Be sure to check out our next episode where the gang takes their first venture into Hawthorne Manor. Thanks for listening.